So let's talk about marriage. We all kind of have this picture in our heads, don't we? It's the one from the movies, the storybooks, and it always starts with these beautiful, familiar sayings.
Yep, that's the one. The first line of the fairy tale. The idea that just by saying I do, life magically becomes beautiful. It's a lovely thought for sure.
And right after that comes this one, the big one. The idea that love is this superpower, this unbreakable shield that can handle absolutely anything life throws at you. So romantic, right?
But what about when the party's over? You know, after the wedding pictures are put away and the confetti is all swept up, what happens then? Because that's where the real story, the one nobody really talks about, actually begins. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a look behind the curtain into 3 different homes, 3 different marriages, and we're gonna see the silent battles that happen when nobody else is watching.
And as we go through these, I want you to listen really closely, because somewhere in these stories, well, you might just find a piece of your own.
Okay, so first up, let's talk about Kunle. This guy, he used to be the life of the party. You know the type, always laughing, always cracking jokes. But then something happened. He lost his job, and he didn't tell anyone. He just held it in. And that secret, that weight, it just started to crush him. It changed him, made him angry, distant. And before long, he just stopped talking.
And what did he get from the people around him? Not support, that's for sure. He got this wall of pressure. People saying things like this. I mean, these aren't just words, are they? They're like little daggers, just pushing him further and further into that silence.
And this is where it gets really tragic. See, everyone on the outside, they looked at him and they called it pride. They called it wickedness. But that's not what it was at all. It was a cry for help. His silence wasn't him being difficult. It was the sound of a man literally breaking apart from depression and shame.
All right, now let's turn to Amaka's story. From the outside, Amaka had it all together. She was smart, super organized, just the picture of perfect control. But after she had her second baby, something shifted. It was like a fog rolled in. Suddenly, she was crying all the time, feeling totally empty, and just asking herself over and over again, what is wrong with me?
And sound familiar? Just like with Kunle, her pain was totally dismissed. People told her she was worrying too much, that she was just overthinking things. I mean, can you imagine? Every single comment was like a tiny paper cut, just making her feel more and more isolated.
And again, look at this huge disconnect. What people were calling a bad attitude or complaining was actually straight up anxiety and postpartum depression. She wasn't weak at all. The woman was drowning in emotional exhaustion.
And for our third story, let's talk about the perfect couple. You've seen them on Instagram, right? Matching outfits, #couple goals, the whole 9 yards. But look at what was really going on. Behind those happy photos, you had all this stress. Work, family, money, just eating away at their relationship. Slowly, the talking stopped. The fighting started. And pretty soon, they felt like complete strangers, even though they were sleeping in the same bed. And you know what they thought? They thought, well, I guess the love is gone. They figured they just fell out of love. But here's the thing, they were wrong. The love didn't just die. No, it was suffocated. It was choked out by just complete and total mental burnout. So, Kunle, Amaka, the perfect couple, all 3 of these stories are pointing to the same culprit, aren't they? This unseen architect, this silent force that can take apart even the strongest marriages from the inside out. This is the truth nobody ever tells you. See, mental health issues, they don't exactly walk in the front door and say, "Hi, I'm depression." No way. They wear masks. They show up looking like anger, or silence, or this desperate need to control everything. They disguise themselves as constant arguments, or just slowly pulling away from everyone and everything. And we humans, we love to have simple explanations, don't we? We say, oh, it must be spiritual, or it's just their character. But what if it's not? What if what we're calling a spiritual attack is actually untreated depression? What if village people is really unmanaged anxiety? And what if a so-called character flaw is just the echo of a trauma that's never ever been talked about?
This is a really tough pill to swallow, but it's so important. A lot of us think marriage will somehow fix us or our problems. But the truth? Marriage doesn't cure mental health issues. It's more like a magnifying glass. All the pressure and closeness, it just brings everything that was hiding right to the surface.
Okay, so that all sounds pretty heavy, I know, but listen, this is not where the story ends. Not at all.
In fact, this is the turning point. This is the moment where we stop suffering in silence and start figuring out how to move forward.
And you know what? The path to getting better